Hello everybody, welcome back to this channel. Hope you're doing good. It was Sunday, 6 July 2025, the Sunday that South Africans will never forget. South Africa held its breath as KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi stepped before the nation delivering an explosive press briefing. His words accused powerful figures of meddling in SAPS affairs, exposing corruption and political capture. But while the country watched, another drama was unfolding silently in the shadows. Brown Mogotsi, a businessman and political ally tied to Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, was frantically trying to reach one man, Vusi Cat Matlala, who was sitting behind bars. According to court evidence, Mogotsi called Matlala's cell phone multiple times that day. Yes, a cell phone inside prison. The calls weren't just check-ins, they happened as Mkhwanazi dropped bombshell after bombshell, raising suspicions.
Mr. Brown Mogotsi sends a WhatsApp message to myself, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, regarding the allegation on the defeating the ends of justice matters which were widely publicized, which involves an incident that happened at the correctional service at Impangeni in KwaZulu-Natal. Mr. Brown sends this message in September last year, long before the news came out in public about the incident that happened at Impangeni. He sends this message. In this message that he sends to the Provincial Commissioner, he attaches a police letter and he attaches a copy of the occurrence book, a register that is used at the police station that's supposed to only be accessed by police officers. But Mr. Brown, who's not a police officer, attaches those in his message and he sends it to the Provincial Commission. His word says, is a plot to charge you. Mr. Brown Mogotsi also sends a screenshot of a presentation that was made on the 30th of September 2024, a presentation that was titled 2024-2025 Division Crime Intelligence Policies. He sends this to myself, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, as a Provincial Commissioner in KwaZulu-Natal. Surely this must have been a classified information where crime intelligence are presenting their policies. But this man has access to that, and he's not a policeman. When asked to share the copy of this presentation through that WhatsApp communication, he responded by saying, General Khan will brief you next week. There's only one General Khan in the South African Police Service, so is one Lieutenant General Sibiya in the South African Police Service. I've never heard of any other lieutenant generals in any other way in the security cluster in the country with the very same names. So I assume that I know very well. He further wrote on the very same WhatsApp message. He said that, I quote, the minister is briefed. He has just arrived in Lusikisiki, end quote.
Now we ask ourselves, was Mogotsi trying to warn Matlala? Was he attempting to coordinate damage control, or were this caused a frantic effort to seal cracks in the crumbling web of influence? In court, prosecutor Elise Leroux laid it bare. Prison officials had caught Matlala with a cell phone in his cell. He'd tried to flush it down the toilet to destroy evidence, but investigators recovered it. On that phone, forensic analysis found screenshots dated 6 July, proving that while we were also watching, Matlala was also watching Mkhwanazi's press conference live.
On the 14th of May this year, 2025, the task team arrested Vusi Muzi, who is also known as Cat Matlala, for an attempted murder ×3. I must highlight that this Mr. Vusi Muzi Cat Matlala is an individual who was awarded a police contract of over 360 million rand in 2024. An analysis was conducted on electronic communication of this arrested person. This analysis reveals communication between the arrested Vusi Cat Matlala, Mr. Brown Mogotsi, an associate of the Minister of Police, as well as the Minister of Police, Senzo Mkhwanazi. On the 1st of January, the letter is issued on the 31st. On the 1st of January, 2025, Mr. Brown Mogotsi sends a WhatsApp to Vusi Cat Matlala, and it reads as follows, I quote, "I have arranged a meeting for Sibiya and the minister. They must have a solution." And it follows another message. "The task team that came to your house and harassed you have been dissolved. They got the letter on Monday. As we speak, they are bringing all docket to Sibiya." This letter is issued on the 31st of December 2024. This communication is on the very next day, the 1st of January 2025, where it says the dockets have been called and have been sent to Sibiya. Yes, we know the dockets only were sent to Sibiya in March this year. Further analysis of the chats indicates that Vusi Cat Matlala is financially supporting the Minister of Police and Mr. Brown Mogotsi's political endeavors. This is supported by the evidence of conversation and the proof of payments of guests for January 8 traveling cost and the Ghana dinner in Cape Town, which was done in 2025. The proof of payment, we have it. As I said, we're going to share with you where Mr. Matlala is sending this proof of payment to Mr. Brown Mogotsi. On the 2nd of January 2025, at about 10:05 in the morning, Vusi Cat Matlala receives a copy of the letter of the disbandment of the political killing stars team from Mr. Brown Mogotsi, who is an associate with the Minister of Police. I pause to remind you that this is the very same Brown Mogotsi that the Minister of Police had denied in Parliament and later confirmed to be his comrade but not involved with police matters. But he's sending this communication. That's what we have discovered through the investigation. On the 14th of January 2025, Mr. Brown communicates with Mr. Vusi Cat Matlala as follows, I quote, "Sure, don't forget to work on your invoices." On the 15th January, Mr. Vusi Cat Matlala responds with a screenshot of an invoice that he has submitted to the South African Police Service, which I guess was due for payment on his contract. On the 26th of January 2025, Mr. Brown Mogotsi sent a message to the Minister of Police, Senzo Mkhwanazi, which reads as follows, I quote, "The guy of the funding in bracket 20 is also in Joburg from Tuesday. He is the one I said has a 3 billion contract with SAPS." Close quote. Open quote, again another message. "I am also meeting with the DNC and the COS today." Now, in the abbreviation, the DNC in the South African Police Service is referred to as the Deputy National Commissioner, and the COS will be, in this regard, the Chief of Staff. He says, "I'm also meeting with the DNC and Chief of Staff today in Durban for finalization of Khumalo and General Mkhwanazi's matter." Close quote. Another message reads, "DNC is waiting for the Chief of Staff here. This is very significant." Close quote. This is extracted from the communication of the arrested person.
They also found a log of Mogotsi's repeated calls, all unanswered but undeniably urgent. Leroux also stated that some of the numbers found on Matlala's phone were under investigation. One of the contacts, Warrant Officer Fanini Zungu of the DPCI, also known as the Hawks, is listed by the applicant as operator. A contact identified as Serge Kabonge is also of interest. There's a strong suspicion that Kabonge played a role on the day of the attempted killing of Tebogo Tobejan. He was in her company just a few hours before she was shot. The discovery raised a haunting question. How much influence was Matlala still exerting behind bars? Mogotsi calling Matlala on the exact day of Mkhwanazi's revelation isn't just a coincidence, it's coordination under pressure. Matlala's cell phone ties him to law enforcement insiders, nightlife fixers, and even potential witnesses. And the unanswered calls from Mogotsi to Matlala are now more than just phone records. They are a symbol of a deeper crisis. A prisoner with more access to power than free citizens, a political fixer dialing desperately as the walls close in, and justice system forced to ask, are we uncovering the road or just scratching the surface? South Africa now waits for the courts to decide whether the calls were the panic of a friendship or smoking gun of a captured state.
How could the investigation team, why did the investigation team in Gauteng end up giving him those communications, which I'm not denying? There are...
You're not denying the communications between you and
Matlala? No, I'm not denying. And for what Vusi Matlala is arrested for is none of my business. If he's my friend or someone I know, it has nothing to do with his arrest. He'll go to court and answer for that. Even when someone meets with the president or myself meeting with Matlala, he never told me in advance, well, Baba, be careful. I'm a kingpin, I'm this, I'm that. We are meeting him as a business person. It doesn't necessarily say you are endorsing the person. And I believe the reason he kept the messages is because there was nothing wrong that you were doing. He could have deleted them. And General Mkhwanazi was going to stand there saying nothing about me and Vusi Matlala. I know Vusi Matlala.
But if you claim that it was from social media, why was it important for you to send that letter to Matlala?
He assisted with so many things, school fees. One media house interviewed someone who was doing artificial intelligence and that I paid for his studies and stuff. Some of the assistants came from Matlala. That's how I know him.
So you felt loyal to him to warn him that, look...
No, it was an excitement. Remember, the political task team harassed him more than once. Now, and he was always complaining to me that he really wants to meet the minister. He wants to complain and give him his frustrations.
Why would he say that to you, that he really wants to meet the minister if you're not an associate of the... You're not the link.
No, he knows I'm his comrade. I'm the one who was running his branding when Senzo Mkhwanazi wanted to be a Secretary General of the ANC 2017. I was running his branding.
So you are a direct link then to Senzo Mkhwanazi. Is that why Cat Matlala asked you that, please, can you help me meet the minister?
Not in the police environment. As a comrade.
But can you see how problematic that looks?
Yes.
That you are trying to link Cat Matlala to Senzo Mkhwanazi. Yes, who's a comrade, but who's in the police.
Yeah.
When Matlala is a person that has all these allegations of criminality behind it. Can you see why this is problematic?
I can see why you think it's problematic. In January, Cat Matlala was not arrested. I didn't know him as a criminal. But check now. Hey, Mr. Brown, hey, the police after me, what political task team and all those things. There are so many allegations with Matlala made about also General Mkhwanazi that I cannot mention. I've asked him for a statement. I've asked him if he can allude to what he was saying. Since he did not use the two writing, I cannot mention. But the moment the team is dissolved, I was at liberty to say, yeesh, my man, this problem of political task team is now over, they are dissolved. Not in the context that I have influenced it, that it should be dissolved, or my proximity to Comrade Senzo has led to its dissolvement.
At the heart of this story lies one haunting truth. When power, politics, and crime intertwine, even the walls of a prison cell can't silence the echoes of influence. Brown Mogotsi's desperate calls to Vusi Cat Matlala on the very day of Mkhwanazi's bombshell were not just random dials. They were signals of panic, pressure, and hidden loyalties unraveling in real time. And as the court shifts through phone logs, screenshots, and political fallout, South Africans are left asking, was this a last-minute scramble to contain the truth or the unveiling of a network that has long been pulling the strings behind our justice system? One thing is clear, this is more than just a courtroom drama. It's a battle for the soul of South Africa's policing, and the story is far from over. Please don't forget to tell us your thoughts down in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.